I think you should be able to. Just want to make sure. All right, perfect. Getting a lot of ones. Wonderful. So as far as the day trade goes, Brad and myself are pretty similar today. There's not a lot of huge changes going on. Tesla was a fun one this morning, and I missed some really good entries by Tesla. And I think I might have taken an entry 1 or 2 minutes too early on Tesla. I don't think I did. But anyway, Tesla, here's the 5-minute chart. And really what I want to look at is the hourly chart on Tesla. Go look at the hourly chart, and this is the extended hours version. So on Tesla, we talked about this one a lot yesterday in Tech Giant Tuesday. This was a really, really pretty retest gap. Here's the previous all-time high, and here's the pullback. The challenge is I did place one bullish day trade on Tesla early this morning, lost an R on it. And when it pulled back to that low of the day, I missed an option fill by a literal penny, which was weird. I didn't think it was going to happen. So I missed out on 2R thanks to one Abraham Lincoln, one American penny. Because again, I wanted to retest of that old resistance, new support. So we'll see if I can play that again tomorrow on Tesla. I love the gap. I love the fact that it's continuing higher. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big, solid, serious move on Tesla. Because again, I talked a lot about this yesterday, that we're looking at the broader markets, right? The tech stock, the tech market, and the tech market selling off really quickly on Friday and Monday. And yesterday I kind of talked about, if you are looking for a strong tech stock, look for one that has already broken or is breaking above Friday's high already, because the Qs have not done that yet, right? So here's the Qs. The Qs have not broken above that high. So if they do, that's going to be a pretty serious event. The market will continue higher. But if we're looking at a tech stock that is breaking above that high, big deal, right? So look to trade those. All right, so Morgan Stanley, the one that most traders are in right now. Let me scoot this up. What we're going to look at presently is trying to determine where and how and if to exit this particular trade. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of put on 44.47 is the new stop. So let me just add that to my screen, because really, if I'm not sharing it with anybody, there's no real reason to have it on my screen. 44.47 new stop. And we're trying to determine if we're going to take any off at the low of the day. You'll notice we did trade into a support just seconds ago. So here's that support level. If you look at that low right there, that support and that support. So there's the support, there's the support, there's the support, and that's kind of where we just kind of popped down into on Morgan Stanley. So just a little bit of a pop down into that support. Risk reward, not phenomenal. Taking any position off there. If you do want to take a position off, I understand, but just make it a very small position. Let me hop over here and get this pulled up. I know it's already in the worksheet. I'm trying to figure out where Brad's 2R target is exactly, even though he's already posted like 9 other places. My computer's going a little bit slow right now. Dean says, I got in a little tighter than Brad and took some off at 25 cents. So Dean's sharing his chart with us, which is always helpful, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever want to share your chart, that's a very useful endeavor for most traders. That way, it allows people to see what you're trading, how you're trading it. So here's how Dean traded it. So he was allowed to take a little bit off at 25 cents. That was a good buy to cover, Mr. Chance. 44.07, got it. 44.07 is 2R. Let's see if that runs down there. Hopefully it does, but it will have some support in its way for sure. EXP Express. This is one we were looking at just before I came on the mic. Ticker symbol EXPR. It's down 1%, so it's a small gap. Here's the daily chart. And the daily chart, you've looked at it before. It's an evening star reversal. It is a retest gap, right? So this is a black candle gapping down. Very weird, if you ask me, that it's retesting. Very, I mean, who would have thought that would, what? So the low of this bullish candle right here, the low of that candle is 673, and that's where we are at right now. So that is a little bit of a bullish candle. Here's the hourly chart, and again, the hourly chart, you'll see some extended hours on the hourly. You have a pretty good bullish candle on the extended hours right down here. So there's a little bit of a support kind of towards the low of the day on Express. Retail isn't super strong today. I like that 15-minute. I don't think we would need to have a lot of slippage on this. Let me look at this 5-minute chart. Here's the one candle that's concerning me a little bit on Express. It's that one right there. And that's a little concerning. So if I look at that candle, the low of that candle is 671. So we're at 672 right now. So here's what I want. Here's what I'm going to ask for Express to do. I'm going to draw it rather than write it. I want it to break down into 670, and depending on that candle, I'll do a limit sell. That's going to be my plan right now on Express. I know a lot of us are watching it and keeping an eye on it, which is totally cool. Just simply saying that, you know, if it does break down, which it may or may not, but if it does, I will look to see how that candle closes and look to play the retest. Type in a 2 if you received my Netflix weekly option trade setup. Type in a 2. Everyone should have gotten it. It's the open house, so it's free for everybody. So my drawing yesterday that I drew on Netflix was pretty much this chart right here, that we would likely trade up into resistance a little bit. I was expecting a gap up, which we kind of did. So we gapped up into resistance, and I'm looking for this pullback to occur. Will that happen? I don't know, actually. I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, the best we can do is kind of plan the trade. But this is a buy low, sell high. Again, the strategy is not really that crazy. It's had a really good support. On Friday, I'm going to kind of give you guys some more insight into my trading platform and Thinkorswim and kind of show you a really cool thing called the option pricing chart for just a little bit, give you a little bit of a taste of what's to come. But here on Netflix, I'm looking at that level again as a reminder. This is what the daily chart looks like. Very nice pennant pattern. I planned as of Monday to buy the dip on Netflix, and the long-term moving average is down here on the 100. So looking at playing that bounce and figuring out what's going to happen. So if it doesn't come down to there by the end of the week, that's fine, but I would love it. If it does form this pennant, what I can say on Netflix is if we form this pennant continuously like this, and then we break the high of that pennant pattern, oh, I don't know, later in the week or next week or something, that's going to be a strong bullish move. So even though we might not get a breakout this week on Netflix, we probably do, but we might not. I'll be looking for it to break out later. So I'm starting to create that plan right now. For those of you who got access to Tech Giant Tuesday, and by access I mean everyone, if you got a chance to open your email, I sent you an inbox email. We have a trade that we placed yesterday on Yelp. And Yelp, we were looking for it to kind of break higher, which it did. So we were looking for it to go a little bit higher. And again, this is a tech stock that is looking different than the overall broad tech market. Right? We had a sell-off on Friday. We broke the high on that already. You're making a higher high, higher low. It is a retest gap, so I'm expecting it to retest. It doesn't mean the trade is going to work. Yes, there's a 50 in our way. Could we break through there? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. That part I don't know. But from yesterday, we are triggered into that swing trade at 31.14. So 31.14. Santosh says, how's it look for swing trade? Looks good. We're triggered in as of today. So Zoe's is the other one that's open, and we talked about that one yesterday. So ZOES, Zoe's, and the low of the day yesterday was $14.22. Our entry was $14.18. 14.18. So we missed getting triggered in by about 4 cents. So the longer that trade sideways on Zoe's, the better I like it. Macy's, we are still in this bearish trade for Macy's. We got into this one sometime last week. So you wouldn't really specifically have had the time to get in. If you're brand new into real life trading, you might not be in this trade, which is okay. This is before the open house week started. I will be lowering that stop later, but so far looks good. Trivago, I need to actually increase the stop on Trivago. So I mentioned it yesterday. We got another lower shadow. I don't think this trade's going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and put the stop right there. Now, for those of you who are wondering why I'm placing the stop right there, it's going to be 17.19. I'll just show you really quick. So what I'm trying to do is I'm placing the stop below the wick of this candle, and I'm giving it a little bit of white space, right? I want to see some wiggle room, as I call it, between that wick and our stop. Doesn't mean this trade's going to work. It probably doesn't, 50-50 usually. But I like the move. Here's what the weekly chart looks like. We've been in this trade about a week and a half at this point, actually a little bit longer. So if that doesn't start bouncing soon on Trivago, I don't think it will. So 17.19 is the new stop on TRVG. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to update that worksheet, and I'm also going to let everybody know in Slack. Remember, when you join the Real Life Trading Room, you're going to get access to our social media site. Speaking of joining, I'm going to give you some more information here in about 10 minutes. Channel. On our TRVG swing, increase, stop, and exit for break even if we can this next week. All right, so TRVG updated. And so that is 1791 on TRVG. 17.91, 1791, $17.91. All right, awesome. Perfect. And the other ones, we got Macy's, we got MCK. MCK hasn't really been doing very much. This was an aggressive trade. I thought I was going to lose on this trade. I probably still will, but it doesn't look horrific right now. It's slowly profitable, very, very lightly. Today, if it closes like this today, I like this trade much better. But if we close above here on MCK, that would be a new white soldier. We got a long way until the market closes. So we will see what transpires from here. All right, so I'm going to go through this list on the 5-minute chart. We're going to go over the day trades. If there's any stocks that you want me to add on the day trading list, just let me know. If there's any swing trades you want to look at, we got an hour and a half together. This party is cranking. We're about to run out of chips. So again, Morgan Stanley, nice gap. It definitely was a retest gap. I'm sorry, it was a gap and go, but there was a lot of selling sentiment. So it was a smart decision to play a retest. Here's the 15-minute chart, and it does look like it's trying to form a little bit of a double bottom. This market for the last 3 to 4 days has been fun, to say the least. It's been one of those days, one of those like time periods where some of the things don't work as well as you want them to. They should work a little bit better, but they're not. It's interesting. Interesting. EXPR kind of bouncing right now. Tesla, I don't know if we're going to trade Tesla again. I missed this one just by cents on the dollar. It's really chopping around right now. Apple, so Apple is still within the pennant pattern that I talked about yesterday. So here's the daily chart on Apple. Sold off very quickly. It still hasn't actually hit the 100, right? We haven't physically hit it. So I'm hoping for Apple at some point to hit the 100 simple. I don't think we're going to be day trading that one today. Netflix, we're not going to day trade Netflix. These are ones that are just on my list from this morning. U.S. Steel down 6%. So I have a $19 protective put on U.S. Steel, which expires this Friday. And unfortunately, that's probably going to be out of the money at this point. So an uneventful, unwarranted, didn't really want U.S. Steel to roll over, but it is today. So U.S. Steel down 6%, had a small gap at market open, but since then has rolled over beautifully. There were some traders posting on this one that they got in. Here's your evening star reversal on the 10-minute EMA. On the 5-minute chart, 10 exponential moving average. Here's the low of the day retest right there. Again, I'm not in U.S. Steel. It's impossible to trade everything, but if you know how to trade something and you are focusing on that particular trade, that's half the battle, or maybe even more than half the battle. So Hawaiian Airlines, ticker symbol HA. Brad was looking at this one really a lot this morning, and it was a really fast move this AM. Huge gap down 11%. United says it's increasing its services on 11 routes connecting the continental U.S. and Hawaii, which was really kind of Hawaii's domain for a long time. So with that being the case, you know, people are like, oh no, Hawaii's kind of losing its, I wouldn't say niche. That's not specifically the right word, but it's kind of losing that that overall feel. So anyway, big gap down on Hawaiian Airlines, really big retest, trapping a lot of folks. I do think Hawaiian Airlines is still viable. It's in a big distribution phase. This is a weekly chart. We're going to look at Hawaiian Airlines. In fact, let me go ahead and put on my list really quick. We're going to look at Hawaiian Airlines on Transportation Thursday. Give me about 7 seconds to pull that up. Java, what's going on, buddy? Easy EPCM. All right, I'll look at that in 49 seconds. All right, so Thursday, Hawaiian Airlines, just putting it on the list. Okay, perfect. We'll look at Philip Morris in a moment, and then EPZM. All right, saving that document. AKS doing very similar to what U.S. Steel is doing. It's still at a, I feel like, a weekly support level, and maybe they bounce, but I don't think we're going to day trade that one. Starbucks has sold off a lot over the last 2 or 3 weeks. Anyone who bought that dip has already gotten stopped out, and now we're kind of recalibrating to see where the next dip buying opportunity is on Starbucks. We might trade that one. I think Brad did a good job mitigating risk on BKD. We can see that it definitely moved lower. INFN retesting, right? White candle gapping up. So you got a nice long lower shadow. This is a possibility for a bullish trade. And then BIIB. BIIB, a little bit of a double top on the 5-minute chart. Had a good breakdown. This 251.90. The challenge with this price is it's a really strong support. That's the hard part going bearish on BIIB right now. It's tough because that is a rock solid support level. All right, so EPZM for Java. EPZM. So on the daily chart, this thing did gap down. It had a very small gap and traded right to a very, very solid support level. So we can see this is a biotherapeutic stock. Those are very volatile and sometimes don't really follow the rules as well as they should. But we can see we have a support. Really, the most recent support was this price right there. And that's where we bounced off of very nicely today. So when the gap downs don't work, when a bearish gap and go doesn't work, that means a lot of bears are trapped as well. And so the stock starts slowly cruising on higher. A lot of volume coming in, a good trend coming in. Really, the first 5 minutes of this market, here's the 5 minutes, it sold off for about 10 minutes and then it bounced. You'll notice this pre-market support resistance. Here's that pre-market support resistance right there. We broke above that pre-market resistance after about 30 minutes or so, and then retested with a nice support resistance level, giving some traders a buying opportunity, and really also stopping out and trapping any traders who went bearish. So something to keep in mind on EPZM. That's really that was the trap for the traders who took the trade bearish. A lot of bearish traders started buying to cover. A lot of bullish traders started buying to cover, and now it's at the high of the day. So could it roll back down and bounce? You know, could it have a little bit of a bearish move? Possibly. Is there a lot of edge and a very obvious direction to trade that? Probably not, but I'll throw it on the list and just keep an eye on it. Philip Morris, ticker symbol PM. Mark want to look at that one for a long trade. So let's go look at Philip Morris. Up 1% today. Very cute little gap. Had a small pullback last few days. Here's your exponential moving averages, and we're kind of bouncing off the 20 with a new white soldier thus far. So 5-minute time frame to see if we're going to day trade this one. Maybe. This would have been a great double bottom right here. I didn't take that trade. I wasn't watching Philip Morris, but that was a phenomenal double bottom. Here was the high of the day breakout. So that's old resistance becoming new support right there. And that could easily happen again. Ricky says, do you reckon there could be a sell-off if the FOMC raises rates? I don't think we sell off big if we do. I can say today is Wednesday. And Wednesdays are an impactful day in the trading room for sure. There's a lot of things that happen on Wednesdays. On certain Wednesdays, one day a month, I allow myself the ability to sit in front of the computer and not take any trades at all. I call it Willpower Wednesday. There's a lot of stuff that happens on Wednesdays, and so I just sit there, don't take any trades, don't do anything, Willpower Wednesday. And then some Wednesdays I do scalping. So I allow myself to scalp because, you know, it feeds my inner desire a little bit to just trade. So on Wednesdays, I allow myself to scalp some. And Wednesdays also FOMC meetings, oftentimes around 2 Eastern. So that's another reason we're going to end the day trading room at 2. There's a 99.99% chance we won't be in any new day trades as the FOMC is approaching, because when those news stories start coming out, rates going up or down, right? You get all kinds of wicks, huge up moves, huge down moves. It's going everywhere and all over the place at once. It's a really volatile place, and it's a place that you want to kind of avoid, if at all possible, you know, for at least that 30-minute time frame. So as far as the overall market selling off, I think they expect the rates to be raised. Here's the daily chart on the SPY, and this is a retest gap. So I think we have a white candle. We fill that retest gap. I think this is worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, white candle gapping up, let it trade down, fill the gap, buy off of the trend, buy off of the bullishness, and stay long. I think that's probably what's going to happen on SPY. So I think that's worst case scenario for the bulls. Could I be entirely wrong about that? Yes. Is it going to happen? Good chance. Good chance we sell off a little bit and then get bought up. If something worse happens, all right, it's possible. I'll still be a buyer down here around 240, buying off the 50. It's safe to say we may have bounced off of that price there, and there. So could it happen again? Possibly. Also, to the same extent of that, if we break bullish, then we're just going to keep going. So the SPY keep going. Brad said he got stopped out of Morgan Stanley. Good try, Brad, on Morgan Stanley. It really was a good gap. The gaps, the last 3 days, have been doing some very, very weird movements. So if you got a chance to take off a little bit at that support, you know, you lost less than an R, so good job, but Morgan Stanley just not rolling over. Traded right down to that support and bounced. And again, it was a good gap for sure. It's a white candle gapping down. It had some bearish edge, still has a little bit of bearish edge, but a lot of gaps. The ones I've been looking and the ones I've been playing haven't really been respecting a lot of the rules. So I'm going to start trading thinner and thinner until it happens. And I got that question a lot over the last few days, which is a great question to ask. So Jeremy, it's like when you, I think, who was it, George yesterday or Joe? I think it was Joe. Joe was asking, hey, Jeremy, when do you adjust your trading plan? And I don't have an exact rule for this. If you want to try to create one, you're more than welcome to. But when I adjust my trading plan is when I start losing a lot or when the trades don't work. And what happens is I just start trading less and less and less and less. So for example, if I'm trading, I take 3 trades and they all win that day. I'm like, all right, cool, everything is fine. If I start trading, I lose on a trade. I'm like, okay, that was weird. Happens 50% of the time. Take another trade, lose on that trade. I'm like, all right, I'm 0 for 2. Take another trade and I lose on that trade. I go, all right, 3 trades in a row. That's all right. That's interesting. But what I'm gonna do with my 4th trade, I'm gonna be a little bit more conservative. But be more conservative on the 4th trade. If I lose on that trade, which is possible, right? That means that's when you start going down that slippery slope, that losing streak. What a lot of traders will do is on the 5th trade, they do what? Oh, there's no way I can lose on this trade. Double down. So they have a huge risk on this 5th trade. Instead of doing that, which is a terrible idea, what you should do is if you lose those 4 trades in a row, you think to yourself, all right, this next trade, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some paper trades, right? I'm not going to take anything. I'm going to keep my exact same setup. I'm going to keep my exact same plan, my exact same strategy. Losing 4 times in a row, whatever, no big deal. It will happen. So on this next trade, on this 5th trade, usually for me, yeah, this is not a hard fast rule. Sometimes it's 6, sometimes it's 3. Depends on the market. Depends on how fast things are moving. And depends on how much I'm up for the month, right? Could I make it more quantitative? I definitely could. But this 5th particular trade, what I will do at that point, I will start drawing trades on my chart. I will go, okay, I would have taken this trade, or okay, I would plan on taking this trade, but I'm going to wait. And I'm going to see if that trade hits 2R. I'm going to see if that trade works really, really well. You guys follow me so far? Until I place a virtual trade, like I'm just going to draw it on the screen, until I can place a really good trade that works, I don't place that 5th trade. I keep waiting and waiting and waiting. Now, if I draw a trade and it runs and works really well, I go, okay, cool. Let me go place the 5th trade exactly like that. So I'll place that 5th trade. Again, I'm going to do my absolute best to lose less than an R right here. Very rarely do I lose more than 5 trades in a row based on this approach. If I do lose more than 5 trades in a row, I tell everybody, hey guys, I'm on a losing streak. I'm 0 for 5. It's got to snap at some point. Here's what I'm about to do. And what to do on a losing streak. I got a really cool article on it, and I follow it every time I lose more than 5 trades in a row. I tell everyone, hey guys, I'm on a losing streak. I'm 0 for 5. I pull up this article. I wonder what's going to pull up in Google. I doubt I'm going to pull up, but I could just type in losing streak in real life trading. I'm just interested to see what happens if I type it into Google. Nothing. Shoot. I thought I was going to come up with the first page. What to do in a losing streak, real life trading. 6 things I do when I'm on a losing streak. So I'm going to put this in the chat pane. For anyone who is here live, and if you're watching this on YouTube stream live, or you're watching a recording of this, this is on our website. You know, hop in, chop in, check it out. But really, the reason I say 6 things is because once I go 0 for 5, that 6th trade is important. So before I take that 6th trade, I do all of these 6 things, step by step. I will go do something I've never done before. It could be read a book, play a new sport, go explore something, eat something. I just go change my mind. Number 2, I'm going to go volunteer and help out. Find someone who has it worse than I have, right? Find someone who's not worried about losing money. They're worried about making money because they don't have any, right? Homeless, shelters, or whatever it is, right? Go volunteer, help out, pour out your heart into someone else and help them. Then number 3, I'll watch some motivational videos. Why not? Have someone else, have some other mentors pump me up. Then I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to break out that hard. I'm not going to be afraid of the next trade, and I'm not going to take a new strategy. So those are going to be the 6 things I do. I remind myself that, and that 6th trade that I place, if I lose on that, that's okay. The worst losing streak that I've ever been on in the last 2 years, I went 0 for 11. 0 for 11. Woo! That was brutal. And a lot of you were here during that time too. Went 0 for 11. And I can feel it when I'm on a losing streak, right? Remember that, folks. If I'm on a losing streak, that means that there's other traders on a losing streak, and I feel that more than you do. Trust me, right? Because every single trade that I place, I know that dozens and dozens of other traders are going to place that exact same trade. So it frustrates me even more when I'm on a losing streak than it frustrates you. You know what happens after that 0 and 11 losing streak? I followed my plan. I reread that article. Right? Because I was about to go 0 for 12. So I reread that article again. I did everything after that. And then I went on a 9 for 9 win streak. And I was on a hot streak. And so those 9 wins made up 3 times more than those 11 losses. And that's trading. Lose less money than you make, and it'll work out. Folks, if you only go to people that are only making money, you got to question them if they're trading. It's like, oh, you only make money and you're on the internet. Yeah, I believe that. Abraham Lincoln once said, don't believe everything you read and see on the internet, okay? It's obviously a joke. You gotta get the point. You will lose on some trades. Embrace it. Become a really good loser. Tom Brady of the New England Patriots has lost more Super Bowls than most teams have made it to. Okay? Become a great loser. Know how to lose, know how to move on. Do it, forget about it. Okay? Awesome. That's why we're here. Teamwork. Now, let me go ahead and read through some of the chats that came in when I was chatting about it. My boy Keith says NWL worked well for him today. Newell Brands. Oh, Newell Brands. Nice. Very, very nice. So I'm not in this trade. I do know a few traders who are. Keith, you might be one of them. Check out this lovely retest gap. White candle gapping up. In fact, I think I posted something about this on TradingView. I may or may not have. And you might be wondering, why am I not in this trade? I can't trade everything, right? So it's okay. J-Bones asks, is Rig a good buy low swing trade? I will look at Rig. I'll look at Rig in just a little bit, J-Bones, but I will also look at it for in the afternoon. Energy Wednesday is today from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we will definitely look at Rig. NWL. Zane, if we ever form a wrestling group, we're going to call it NWL, okay? Me and you. It's like the NWO, but better. All right, NWL, Newell. My computer's going a little slow today. I don't know why. Nope, I didn't post anything about it. I thought I did. Oh, well. Anyway, so NWL, pretty simple. White candle, gapping up, retest gap. Here's the initial move. Here's the retest, pulled right into the 10. I said, hey, if it closes above this bearish hammer-ish candle, look to go long. And it did close. Good trend. Things are rocking out. Mikey, all right, my man. Adios. Muchos gracias. Buenos noches. Duerma con angelitos. Sleep well, my man. So NWL rocking out. It was a really nice retest gap, Keith. Good play, man. Very small. Very cute, very dainty. You had some resistance right here on NWL and just barely gapped above that. It was a retest gap. There wasn't really anything to the left. So here's the 5-minute chart. Oh, beautiful. Heavens. What a retest, Keith. Where was my shout out, man? Where is the love? This is why we trade the team right here, folks. You see a tweezer bottom that looks like this on a retest gap? Please let me know next time. Well, Keith, man, that was a good trade, brother. Wow. Look at that candle pattern. Tweezer bottom, bullish engulfing on the 10 on a retest? Get out of here. I would have taken that trade with my eyes closed. Whew. I missed it, though, but I would have. Good heavens, that is pretty. Mark, did you get a chance? Are you Mark? You just asking about Apple. Are you still here? If you're still here, let me know, and I will post a link to yesterday's video for Tech Giant Tuesday. All right, let me do that really quick for you. So yesterday in the afternoon, from 5 to 6 Eastern Standard Time, was Tech Giant Tuesday. Apple was the second stock that I looked at yesterday. So I'll post that for you, and I talk about my Apple thoughts in the next few weeks. And that's kind of what you were asking about. So let me post that link for you, just so you have it. And I'm gonna look at Snapchat next. Give me about 15 seconds, and I will look at ticker symbol SNAP. All right. So here was yesterday's viewing of Tech Giant Tuesday. A lot of good info in this one. Had a fun time teaching. And for anyone else who wants to look at it, obviously, if you didn't get it, I emailed it out yesterday, but you're welcome to check that out. So good trade on that one, Keith, on NWL. That is gorgeous. Snapchat, ticker symbol SNAP, Snappy Snap. So this is going to sound almost blasphemous, but Snapchat has a nice morning star reversal pattern as of yesterday. And I said yesterday in Tech Giant Tuesday, if Snapchat breaks above that morning star pattern, that I'm going to try to trade this thing bullish. Ooh, Snapchat. It's out of support. It's a buy low, sell high. Now, granted, you had a black candle gapping down, which was a retest gap. Been real strange, but we got that retest, and then we rolled right over. You had this little support right in here. It's at that support level. Here's the weekly chart, and obviously we don't have tons of candles on the weekly, so there's not a lot to look at, but it does look pretty weak in my opinion. Looks like it's breaking down. Looks like it's breaking support. I would expect Snapchat to go lower, but right now we got a perfect doji on the weekly chart. Now, granted, this week isn't over yet, but if we start breaking higher, Snapchat's in a buy low, sell high state of mind. If we break lower, it's going to head lower for sure. So that's kind of my thought on Snapchat. Let me see. Anyone else? All right. So JB wanted to look at RIG, R-I-G. I'm going to go back to this day trading list on the 5-minute chart. In fact, let me just go ahead and get that gap up, gap down list pulled up. So again, RIG, we're going to be talking about the energy. Let me open up my RIG chart. So JB, if you want to look to buy RIG at a low level, I agree with you. It's a good stock to do that on. Wait just a little bit. So I'm going to give you my RIG chart that I posted 2 or 3 weeks ago. I think the stock goes below sub 7, below $7 a share, and I think at that point in time it'll be a little bit better to buy. We're going to talk about RIG, of course, later this afternoon during Energy Wednesday, and I will send out that recording for everyone as well. But here's kind of my thoughts on RIG. Most of the energy positions that other real-life traders are in, we have a lot of protective puts on our shares because energy market, as much as I want it to go higher, there's a lot of supply out there on oil in general. And a lot of supply leads to what? Lower prices. So RIG, a lot of the other oil, deep sea drilling companies, I think they do slowly walk down a little bit lower. But back in May 31st, here's kind of my thoughts on RIG. And now this doesn't mean, JB, that it has to do exactly that. But so far, it kind of is. Man, my computer is dragging its feet. It's like 2 snails wearing cinder block shoes, fighting with 10-pound punching bags, traveling up here on metal bicycles while drinking molasses. RIG. Yeah, this is pretty much that chart on RIG. So I do think it goes below that $7.63 massive support level. Just my guess, though. All right, let me go look through another gap up, gap down. If there's any other trades or day trades you guys want me to look at. H&R Block, a lot of people looking at H&R Block this morning, and it didn't really do all that much. Kind of did. My nose has been really itchy the last few days. I have no idea why that is. Drag, drag, drag. This computer is dragging, drag, drag, drag. It's going really slow. That's my computer's going slow dance. It's one of those things. I do have a rule, by the way. Another rule that I forgot to add in the trading plan. Again, I was just kind of making up on the fly. Those are really rules that most traders emailed me in on. This is just for me, but I would suggest anyone who's watching this voice or watching this voice, I don't know what that means. Anyone who's watching this recording, watching this right now, or listening to this in the recording, make sure to have this on your plan. I realized about 1.5 years ago, and a few traders helped me realize that if I have a tech tech issue, like if my computer crashes or my webinar crashes or everything gets shut down and nobody can hear what I'm saying, I get stressed out by that because I'm trying to put on a show, right? And when that occurs, I get stressed and it triggers something in my brain and I trade terribly. So one of my rules is if I get triggered into a bad state of mind from a tech issue, I don't trade that day. Just a rule. So if you have something like, if barking dogs make you upset, or if we're trying to think of something else, I don't know, lawsuit bills upset you, or they should upset everybody, right? Oh, if you got a fight with your significant other, if you get triggered into a different state and you're focusing on something else, just don't trade that day. It's a good rule to have. So H&R block was a retest gap, white candle gapping up. It did retest. So I'm going to pull up the 5-minute chart. I'm going to turn off the extended hours. And the extended hours, we got a retest, kind of, sort of. It did bounce. Wasn't that phenomenal, though. Here was the bounce right here. It did have a tweezer bottom. You could have played it. You would have made maybe a 0.2 R on it. So it was okay. It was okay. Vincent, that's a great rule. Tech problems are the worst. Yeah, I mean, it's a first world problem. I get that. I really do not like, I don't like getting upset by really inane problems like internet going down. There's a lot of other terrible things that's happening out there in the world, right? But anyway, it triggers me, and I know that now. So I just don't trade when it happens. There you go. So like my charts don't work or they're not loading right or something. All right, so Lily says 11:11 by 11:23. 23. So Lily is playing on SNCR this retest gap. I think it's a retest gap, right? If I remember correctly. I might not. Yep, retest gap, black candle gapping down. So Lily is looking at shorting the resistance price. So the good news about that trade, Lily, is you'll know pretty quickly if you're right or wrong. I think you could probably go 11:12 by 11:23 if you're playing it that aggressive, because we're really, I mean, honestly, maybe not even 11:12. Whatever this price is right here, because that's the high, the open of this bearish candle, 11:20. So really what you're playing is you're pretty much just playing that short off of that resistance. I dig it. As long as that's part of your trading plan, selling high, buying low. So here's the support, here's the resistance. So the truth is, folks, all Lily is doing is shorting at this resistance to see if the stock's going to go lower. That's pretty much it. Is it going to work or not? Who knows? You never know. I hope it does for you, Lily. Since you were in that trade, I will put that on the watch list for you, and we'll see what happens. Okay. Jabba says, Jeremy, a big theoretical question. Oh, yeah. Let's hear it. Is there such a thing as a retest gap like SNCR played out, meaning judging from the volume everyone's exited who wanted to be in? Yeah, that's not that big of a theoretical question. I would agree. Absolutely. I think there can be a time. I refer to that as, so here's what you're looking at. And this is one of those things that's going to come in time. I'm going to type in a word that gets a lot of traders in trouble. It's called extended. When a trade becomes too extended, that simply means that a lot of movement has already occurred, and who else is going to really take that trade from here, type of thing. That's kind of what you're asking. So extended often means the trades have already been running, either one direction or another direction, right? And there's no real definitive definition for extended. It's something that you kind of have to go, you have to look at the trade and go, I don't know how many people are going to short right here. right? It's already made a move. I could already see like 9 other instances when I would have taken that trade bearish, and this is not one of those times. It takes practice for sure to really nail down if something is extended or not. The biggest thing is if you look at the trade and you think it's extended. So you look in your mind, you go, I feel like this trade has already moved a lot already. That's going to be your opinion, and that's going to be your perspective. So in that situation, if you feel that way, just don't take the trade. That's kind of my advice. Are you going to oftentimes miss on that because it can easily go lower? Yes, right? You will miss some trades. But like right here, when this retest occurred, your entry bearish would have been around here somewhere, and that would have been a great move. At this point, with it breaking down below that support, today making that new 52-week low, I personally feel that SNCR is extended, and the shorts aren't really piling in right now. It's going to be more buying pressure than selling pressure. So that's just kind of my thoughts. But again, if Brad doesn't think it's more extended, that's going to be his opinion, right? It's kind of like if you decorate a house. I'm not saying one decoration is the best way, right, to decorate. So you kind of got to choose, and that's more art than science, the extended or parabolic move. This isn't parabolic, but it is extended. So that's just my opinion, man. Yeah, if you ever feel like you're looking at a trade and going, yeah, it's already moved and I've already missed it, then just don't trade it. But that, again, that's going to be your opinion and not someone else's. Someone else might feel a little bit differently. All right, so EXPR. So I drew this one about 10, 15 minutes ago, mentioning that I wanted that stock to break down. So the breakdown did happen. So this is a 15-minute chart, and we just got that 15-minute candle. So here's the deal, folks. I am 0 for 3 right now on day trades, really for this week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this trade a little more conservatively. I'm going to do my absolute best to lose less than R. And if I lose on this trade, I'm 0 for 4. And I'm going to start going through that exact same process. Because, folks, it's going to happen. I don't care how good you are as a trader. You will experience those times where you lose. You better lose nicely. Don't let it get emotional. Don't get emotionally compromised. Who cares? Lose gracefully. What I'm going to write on this trade, and this is just experience talking, is if we do get filled on this, just give me a few quick seconds. So that's 6 cents of risk. Oh, man, that's a tight stop. Woo, that's a lot of shares. With it popping that quickly, nope. Could that trade work? Yeah. Is it going to? Probably. But $6 stock already being down pretty far. 6 cents is a lot of shares. Now, I mean, as far as buying power, there wouldn't be a problem, but it's a lot. It's really easily to possibly get trapped on that. No, sir. That's right. Yes, I'm going to wait on Express. I'm going to wait on that trade. I want to feel that when I'm looking at this trade, the next trade that I take is right. I'm 0 for 3. So one good trade, I'm gonna win all back my gains. I'm at 2.7 R for June, which is not great. I said June 2nd. I was like, this is gonna be a battle. I knew June was gonna be a battle, which some months are just that way. May was easy. Everything I traded in May worked. A little weird. Anyway, so June's gonna be a battle. I need to look at that trade and go, oh yeah, this is the one. And take that trade. That's what I'm waiting for right now. The biggest myth about day traders, you guys ready for this one? Here's one of the biggest myths, in my opinion. One of the biggest myths in day trading is that you have to take a trade every day, or that you should take a trade every day. That's a huge myth, my friends. I'll put it to you this way. If you can go on any given day as a day trader without placing a day trade, welcome to the club. You are a pro. Welcome to the professional real life trading club. If you can go an entire day being in front of the computer and not placing a trade, you're my hero. That's why I have Willpower Wednesdays. It is a myth, folks. You do not have to trade every single day. There are days where you just shouldn't take a trade. If the trade's not there, don't take it. Marissa says, why is June going to be a battle? It's already halfway through June, and I'm not even at 3 Rs yet. You know, the first 3 trades I took in June, I lost on. So I was like, all right, June's going to suck. So Kevin says, I can do that every day. My issue is hitting the buy button. Ah, okay. One of those, huh, Kevin? Hey, it's okay, man. That is all right. The analysis through paralysis thing is a very easy thing to overcome, in my opinion. Best way to do it, get around a great group of people. So he says, oh, yes, any advice will be appreciated. Here's my advice, man. Get around a really good group of people. Trade very small risk. Pull the trigger. For example, Kevin, would you be afraid of trading 1 share? Would that terrify you? Buying 1 share of a stock? What about 2 shares? Would 2 shares scare you? Right, we could probably go up a long way. And it'd be like, I'm not right. You're like, I'm okay losing $100. I don't believe you. Let's go a little bit smaller than 100. Let's go 20. Okay. Analysis through paralysis. If you're afraid, get a really small risk. I mean, $20 is you could accidentally order too much at Burger King and spend $20, right, Kevin? You get the number 4 milkshake, a large fry. You got 2 people with you. Boom, you're at $20. So $20. Get yourself a good broker. Interactive Brokers. If you're Canadian, they have very cheap rates. Tastyworks is another good broker. I have, honestly, man, 30% of my real life traders are Canadian. So the fees and everything, there's a lot of ways around that. Plenty of ways. Plenty. So I know the US dollar and the Canadian dollar, I get that, but call TD, Kevin, tell them to lower your rates, man. Tell them if you don't lower your rates, I'm going to switch. I'm going to go to someone where I get $2 each way. Simple as that. A lot of brokers out there, they're going to offer much, much lower rates than $10. Call them on the phone and say, lower my rates or I am out of here. Lower my rates. So anyway, that's one thing. That's one piece of advice. Have a smaller risk to start out with. Number 2, Kevin, and this is a big one, man. Create yourself the simplest strategy possible. Create yourself the most simple strategy possible. What I mean by that is give yourself 1 moving average, 2 lines, support and resistance. Buy low at support when it bounces off your moving average. Right? Something really, really, really easy. If you need me to help you make a custom trading plan, Kevin, just for you, email me, man, and we can chat about that. Less is more. And so I have one of my coaching students is a literal rocket scientist. Well, he was. He's retired now. He worked for NASA, and he worked on jet propulsion engine rings, which I don't even know what that means. Right? Jet propulsion engine rings. So do you guys think that he had a problem taking the trade and being wrong on the trade? Yeah. He had a big problem being wrong because he said, Jeremy, in my line of work, if I'm wrong, people die. I was like, hey, man, I get that. I understand. Truly. And that's a very honorable profession. Someone like me could never have done what you did. But in trading, get ready to be wrong often. Get ready to be wrong often. Start pulling the trigger. Risk a small amount of money. You're going to have to overcome that battle. And at some level, after we had that discussion, he wanted a coaching session, not to help him with his trading or anything, but he wanted me to coach him out of the fear of being wrong. There are certain steps that you can take. I've done a lot of research in psychology. I've done a lot of Tony Robbins stuff, a lot of other traders and professionals who work with the fear industry, and discussing how people can overcome the fear of losing money, the fear of being wrong, the fear of losing in general, right? Especially if you're a guy, ego, you have this ego and you can't be wrong. You can't lose on a trade. Some people have that fear. Because as we're growing up in life, you're not taught to be wrong. So that's just the thing. You gotta accept it. You gotta accept it. Kevin says your R theory is exactly what I'm looking for. Thanks, Jeremy. Hey man, my pleasure, brother. I'm glad that worked for you. I'm glad you're picking up on it. That's a massive deal. And there's very, very few programs who teach that, unfortunately. It's weird, right? A lot of people say, hey, just feel comfortable, right? Feel out your risk. Wrong. No. Good try. Here's the one thing I can say about real life traders, and I don't know if this is a good metric or a bad metric. It's not a very good sales metric. But I'm going to tell you guys the truth. Here's the truth, right? I haven't had a lot of traders go from 0 to $1 million here at Real Life Trading. But I've had 0 traders go from $1 million to 0. I haven't had that happen. I have seen other programs, other companies, other people where that exact thing has happened. Now, $1 million, okay, somewhere in that range, 100,000 to 0, 10,000 to 0, 5,000 to 0, 20,000 to 0, 50,000 to 0. I was in many other programs and blew up my account time and time again. I've seen that happen a lot. We haven't had a lot of real life traders go from 0 to $1 million. In fact, 0 to $1 million is pretty difficult. That takes years. We have had traders hit the Dos Commas Club. Right, so there are a few traders in this room right now that are trading $1 million accounts. Okay, and I talk with them. I know who they are. I work with them. We chat often. They're here. There's also traders here who have $2,000 account or lower. Guess what? If you got a smaller account, I've been there. It's going to take time. You're going to have to work. It's an uphill battle. Get ready. Ain't nothing easy about that, my friends. Ain't nothing easy. So that's kind of like the topic, the chat. Let me go through this list again. Morgan Stanley's not really doing anything. Express doing exactly what I thought it would. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes, Ben, thank you for asking. Linda said, how much does TradingView cost per month with extended hours? There's 3 different packages, Linda. I have like whatever. I have the big package because I have a lot of traders who use TradingView who work at Real Life Trading. It's a business package. Anyway, they offer 3 packages. The beginning, like the far left one, I think it's like $19.95 a month. Again, you by no means have to use TradingView. I don't get paid to endorse TradingView. I wish I did. I've asked them to. I was like, you guys should pay me. I talk about you guys all the time. Whatever. I'm still small. They're like, how does your company even make money? Anyway. So I don't get endorsed by TradingView. If you purchase their package, cool. $19.95 is like, that's all the one that you need. And then once you purchase that, they have the data subscription service that you select. And there are 3 categories. You select AMX, New York Stock Exchange, and NASDAQ, and then you click on extended hours. Those 4 things in addition each cost $2 extra. So I think everything said and done, taxes tag out the door, you're looking at like $29.95 a month, I believe, for the regular initial package. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. For my business account, for the, all the people who use TradingView, I have like 7 TradingView accounts going on in my house right now. I think the kids downstairs are on it. I think I'm paying $100 a month, which, I mean, I know that's a lot, but I know some charting softwares that charge $100 a month per person, per user. So then it says, LOL, the kids. Yeah, man. Got some kids in the building. U.S. Steel. So I'm going through this list right now. There's not a lot out there, folks. Again, the FOMC is coming, so I don't think we're going to be placing any other trades leading up until 2 Eastern, which is just moments away. This last 3 days has been an incredible 3 days to exercise patience. I think we've done a really good job of that. BIIB not doing anything, EPZM not doing much, and SNCR just hanging out for Lily. Santosh says, Jeremy, I'm not sure whether you already spoke. If users are only in the afternoon trading window, how do they plan for the next day trading? If users are only in the afternoon trading window, how do they plan for the next day trading? What I mean is if they're not active in the next day morning. It's a good question. So really what you have to ask yourself, Santosh, what you have to do, my friend, is you have to create the plan. You have to give yourself permission to be a stock market wizard. Let me give you an example, all right? Here's an example. So right now, live as I'm speaking, it is 1:15 Eastern Standard Time on a Wednesday. So if I hop over to Tesla tomorrow, so I'm looking at Tesla, so let me look at a daily chart on Tesla. So here's an example of being a stock market wizard. You ready? What you have to do is you have to create the plan. You simply have to create an if-then scenario. You have to create an if-then scenario. Meaning, looking at Tesla right now, if Tesla gapped down to right here tomorrow, what would you do? Now, you're going to say, well, Jeremy, how do you know it's going to gap down that low? I don't. I have no idea. I'm just saying, if it happens, this is what I'm going to do. So, Santosh, what would you do if Tesla gapped down to that price? And anyone else who's here, you're welcome to answer that question. What would you do if Tesla gapped down to that price tomorrow? Not saying it's going to. It probably won't, but what if? Santosh says, fine, well, there's a retest gap. Well, we can look at that right now. So again, let's say the market's closed. Let's say the market closes right now. What do we do? The market's closed. It's no longer open. What are we doing? Because you can look and see what type of gap it's going to be. You can look at the candles and you can already determine what type of gap it is. Linda says she would buy the bounce. All right, I like it. Anyone else? So Linda has a plan. Santosh says bearish retest gap. All right, so it's a bearish retest gap. So Santosh, would you day trade it? Would you swing trade it? All right, got to come up with some answers like that. So you got to determine what you're going to do. And so Santosh says swing trade. Okay, so if you're going to swing trade, what direction is the trend? Up, down, or sideways? It's up. So if you're going to swing trade it, stock is gapping down into a support, and it's a retest gap. So retest gap, you expect it to bounce and retest at some point, right? Would you go bullish or would you go bearish? Bullish for the swing trade. Boom, there you go. You've completed 90% of the work. That's it, man. That's how you plan for the next day. You simply create a plan. If this happens, this is what I'm going to do. You got to give yourself permission, even though you might think that you don't know yet what a stock's going to do. Create 4 or 5 different scenarios on 2 or 3 different stocks, because it's not going to do. There's only a few many things it can do, right? So if the stock gaps down to that, it's in a swing trade, it's bullish. You could then zoom in to the hourly chart or the daily chart or the 15-minute chart, and you go look to play it bullish. Lauren says, that's all I do, play bullish retest gaps on swings. Very nice. Linda says, doing put sales on Tesla seems to be an easier trading strategy. It is. It has been a winning strategy for a while. Calls have been good. Leaps have been good. Bull put spreads have been good. Anything bullish on Tesla has been good for the last 2 to 3 months. So I hope that answers your question. What we're going to do over the next 2 to 3 weeks, so again, there's a lot of new traders who plan on joining real life trading. So over the next 2 to 3 weeks, I'm going to be giving a lot of videos out that I've already recorded in the past that actually are exclusive for traders who join the trading room, and kind of show you, kind of talk about how you're going to do all this with options, how you set all that up automatically in a broker. We're going to be talking in detail about, hourly charts and day trading. Again, you guys are getting a great glimpse so far into the morning and afternoon swing trading rooms. You're here, you've been here. A lot of traders have asked a question, and yesterday I was talking about it, and I felt really stupid because I didn't have an answer. But I had a trader say, hey, Jeremy, so if I wanted to sign up, what should I do? I was like, I didn't really have an answer to that question. So I have an answer now. If you want to join the real life community family of traders in the day trading or afternoon swing trading room, you already know what you get access to. You get access to a community and a family that really cares about you. It's going to help you in your trading. That's going to encourage you, enrich you, educate you, help you trade your plan. There are traders from all around the world, all walks of life, sex, religion, age, and color. It's an incredible, diverse family who are trading profitably month after month, consistently in the majority. So if you got 5 friends and all 5 friends are millionaires who created their own business and are profitably trading, and you're the 6th person, what's likely going to happen? Right? You're going to get sucked into, you're going to be number 6. Proximity is power. So here's what I want you to do, ladies and gentlemen. If you do plan on joining any of the trading rooms, I have 2 choices for you. Now, I'm a terrible salesman. All of you know that. I'm not good at it. Here's what I would like you to do. The choices are really easy. I do not drop my price. I don't. In fact, when we first started back in November of 2014, you could have gotten everything for $99. There are a lot of traders in here right now who are getting everything that you have seen the entire week for $99 a month. It's pretty awesome, right? The only thing it's been doing from there has been going up. Just like a stock price, it's going to go higher and higher and higher and higher. So if you want in, go to reallifetrading.com and click on the premium tab at the very, very top. The afternoon swing trading room is $119 a month. I don't discount it. It was a lot cheaper a long time ago. It's only going to go higher. It's just a simple fact. It's like NVIDIA or Tesla. It's going to keep going higher. $119 a month for the afternoon room. That's just the afternoon room. And you get access to the Slack channel, right? You get access to the Slack channel. You get access to the real life trading spreadsheet, where we'll be sending that to you. You're going to get a welcome packet. You're going to be along with the traders. It's a monthly subscription. The morning trading room is $179 per month, right? That's also a subscription. And for those traders, even if you have a smaller account, you're taking trades with a $50 R. That's 3 Rs a month, and you're breaking even. It's not that bad, right? At least you're in an environment where you can learn and truly be with people who are doing exactly what you're doing, who have the profession that you want. The morning room is $179 per month. If you want to do both, both rooms and the weekly option newsletter, I did bundle it for you yesterday. I had my tech guy work on it. The weekly options newsletter, the morning room, and the afternoon room is $249 a month. Again, this was $99 back in November of 2014. Back in October of 2016, this was $149 a month. And so it went up $100 a month. I told you guys it's going to only go higher. So if you want to lock in a rate, let me send you the link right now if you want both rooms for $249 a month. So there you go. If you want in, join in. You've been having access all week. You know what it is. You know what it's like. You know how incredible it is. $249 a month. That's all the products that we offer in a bundle. Now, if you want each one individually, that's totally cool. Feel free to go over to the premium class and simply click on which class that you want. Now, last time, back in January, when I had an open house, I had 7 traders say, hey, Newsom, I would love a pay in full option. I had never done a pay in full option before, didn't really know how it would work, didn't really know if people would want that. But if you want a pay in full option, we have one of those as well. It's brand new. The numbers on this screen have never been seen before by human eyes until right now. When I say human eyes, I guess I've actually seen it. My tech guy's seen it. That's about it. There's been 2 people who've ever seen this before. So now you guys have access to it. If you want to pay in full, I will discount the price for a pay in full option if you want to. I'm going to include that link in the chat pane. I will also include this link in the YouTube comment section below, or simply reallifetraining.com/special. If you want to sign up for the afternoon room, it's only $1,295 for the entire year. Ladies and gentlemen, that is over 100 hours of content. 100, I mean, that's not even 100 hours. Let me give you an idea. Seriously, let me figure out. I should have done this. 20 times 12 minus 40. Why not? This is approximately 200 hours, and that's actually a little bit low, of classes. 200 hours. So $12.95 divided by 200 hours, that is $6.47 per hour. So you're paying $6 per hour for the entire year worth of the afternoon swing trading room. This particular amount of money you could get on, depending on the size of your R, that could be 2 or 3 R. Ryan says, kind of hard when you have a 9 to 5 dilemma. Well, the beautiful thing is this afternoon trading room, Ryan, it's a good point. It is recorded. It is recorded. So for my traders who do have a job, a job, and you work full time, you got the kids, this is a recording, and we send it out every single day. So Monday through Friday, you'll get this on your drive home from work. You can listen to it. It comes out at about 7:15 Eastern. It is when it's actually sent out to everyone in the recording world, which is approximately 4:15 Pacific time. So if you can't watch it live, it does go out 7:15 every day, Monday through Friday, as a recorded version. And also, you get access to the trading journal where you can see all the trades we're placing. And also, you get access to Slack. So if we do place a trade, you can know about it in Slack. So if you work full time, the beautiful part is, remember, I started trading when I worked full time. There's a lot of hours in the day, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about how you want to use them. The morning trading room, yes, I agree. If you trade from work, there are only a few really dedicated, truly focused people who are able to trade from work. Your job might not allow it. I get that. I totally understand. If you are unable to day trade, if you are at work during the morning and you took off a day or two for this particular open house, this might not be the best product for you, and that's absolutely okay. If it's not, I get it. It's totally cool. If you can't day trade, at least you still get access to Slack if you go for the afternoon room, and you get the recording. And by being a member of the afternoon room and or the morning room, you still get Mentorship Monday, the first Monday of every trade month, which is 3 hours of additional recordings. It's an unbelievable value. Now, if you want just the weekly options newsletter, it's only $399 a year. That's 2 winning trades. So weekly options newsletter, unless you got a smaller R, you can knock that out with 2 winning trades. And again, if you want to do all of it, if you want to do the entire thing, if you want to do the morning room, the afternoon room, and the weekly options newsletter, normally, if you stay there for a year, which most traders do, you'd be spending about $4 grand for the whole entire year. If you want it, I'll do it for $3,000, $2,995 for the entire year. And again, I'll send out this link in the chat pane. If you guys have any questions about it, let me know. Linderman says, I listen on my drive home from work. Ryan says, that's good to know. Santosh says, is the audio or video which is sent across for the afternoon recording? That is both, my good friend. That is both. You get the video and you get the audio. So you get to see my actual chart. You get to see what trades I'm placing. I have emailed out copies of the exact afternoon room already this week. So if you got the Mentorship Monday recordings, that is exactly what we do every Mentorship Monday. If you got yesterday's Tech Giant Tuesday, that's great. Open house is nowhere near being over. Today's only Wednesday. I'm just letting you all know that I got this worked out for you. If you are at all interested, join in. Let's do this together. Let's go enrich lives as a unit. The more traders who are a part of real life trading, the bigger we become, the more people that we can teach in more languages, the more opportunities we have to grow, the more people that are going to get out of debt, pay off credit cards, pay off mortgages, pay off car payments, pay off student loans, trade the markets, and start living the life that they really want to live. And the only way to accomplish that is get around a team of people who are going to help you. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a 0 chance that I would have had paid off my mortgage a month ago if it wasn't for the traders with me in the morning room and in the afternoon room every single day. I attribute 100% of my success to the traders behind the screen, to the Justin Lindermans of the world, to the Jesse of the world, to the Maria, the Amy, the Brad, the Latoya, the Angie, the Albert, the Ashley, right? The Johnnies of the world. There's a lot of people out there. The only thing that I'm here to do is to educate, to enrich, and to entertain. If you feel that you have gotten that value this week, sign up, be a part of the team. There's a 7-day, no questions asked, money back refund. We've never had to use it. I'm sorry. We had to use it once. I was in Aruba, and a guy named Jason said, hey, dude, this is a great product, but I literally work 90 hours a week, and I thought you would just give me trade setups. I was like, oh, okay. Well, if you work 90 hours a week, it's going to be hard for you to do anything. Okay? The beautiful part is I worked 90 hours a week last week, and I'm going to work 107 hours this week, and I'm still going to be able to day trade full time. No one in this company is going to work harder for your success than I will. That's the simple fact, folks. I deliver. You can call me FedEx. If you want it, there's a great chance I've got it. Ryan says, is the afternoon room more geared to swing trading? Yes, it is more geared to swing trading. The afternoon room is almost entirely swing trading based. Obviously, as you guys know, we cover all aspects of trading: options, option buying, option selling, covered calls, credit spreads, long-term, short-term. We do all types of swing trades. Santosh was asking about earlier, how do you plan a day trade in the afternoon? You're going to see me do that over and over and over. So if you join the afternoon room, you'll see me create a plan for the next day for a day trade tons of times. The morning room is obviously 90% day trading, but as you have seen, when times go a little bit slow, like right now, then yes, we will be setting up swing trades, and we'll talk about some swing trade opportunities and all that kind of stuff. Ricky says, I joined last October as well. I never looked back either. Ricky, my man, and you've made incredible progress since then, right? Folks, the truth of the matter is, I'm in Slack every single day. If you want access to people who are truly changing the world with their generosity, with their love, with their philanthropic attitude, right? The charitable donations that they're making, the experiences that they're having, the trades that they're making. This is a great life. Everything in this life is phenomenal, and I want to work with people like you. If I hadn't met Ricky and Mikey and Jill and Sally in Australia, I've never met them in person, but if I'd never done real life trading, I never would have known their names. I never would have talked to them. I never would have really, truly seen what incredible people they are. And that goes for people in Belgium, Germany, France, Switzerland, Ireland, the entire European continent, Africa, South America. We got traders in Argentina. We got traders all over the world. Folks, this is a revolution. We're changing the industry, and there's no way we can do it without you. So we need traders to step up, join the trading room, be with us, help us grow, help us get better, help us trade better, and help us enrich more lives. It's that simple. Guru says, India? How can I leave out India? I'm so sorry. Of course, India. Right? J-Bones says, does Slack notifications come with the afternoon room? Yes, comes with the afternoon room or the morning room or both. And you can direct message me as well. That's the other thing that you get access to in Slack. And I'm not saying that like I'm important or anything, but I have traders all the time who just message me. You can see George text me 7 times, Fred, Ashley. So I get a lot of traders. You can direct message me in Slack. You get direct access to me, Brad, Angie, a few other millionaires who are here in real life trade. You can ask them questions about business, real estate, trading, cryptocurrencies, futures, Forex, stock market. Everything is coming. We're bringing it. Lock in your rates for real life trading. Be a part of this revolution. That's all I have to say. That'll be the last time I bring it up. How long is this special for? That's a very good question. I don't know. Just do it before Monday, if you don't mind. That'd be great. Brad was saying that earlier today. Monday morning is going to be busy. Sign up before Monday would be phenomenal. So that way that I don't have like 400 emails that I have to do Monday morning. Say, hey, Jeremy, I just signed in. Where's my link? We'll take care of all that for you. Just do it before Monday, if you don't mind. This will end. And again, I've said this before. I'm a man of my word. I do not lower prices. We are only going higher. The prices are only going higher. This room will become more valuable every single year. Every single year. Lock in your rate. Don't miss out. I do not lower prices. I don't do stupid sales campaigns for Black Friday where I'm like, hey, if you buy right now, you can get everything 50% off. No, it's only going higher. I don't lower my prices because we're making more money every single year in the trading room. So it's going to keep going up. Okay? It's that simple. I'm not going to go lower. I can assure you. Okay? There you go. Just something to think about. Something to think about. And again, if you want to do it month to month, guys, that's cool. Again, I've never had the full-time option, the yearly option available. That's like if you want to do the whole year up front, awesome. You don't have to. Most traders are going to buy the morning room, and that's it. And that's sweet. Let's trade together for a few months. Let's go change lives together. Ken Freeman says his past performance indicates the future. He speaks the truth. Yeah. That's it, my friends. That is it. It won't happen. There's going to be no price decreases. Let's keep enriching lives together. Next, we got FOMC coming up in 25 minutes. Here's gold and here's silver. Also, if you have any questions about what I just mentioned, email me, jeremy@reallifetraining.com. You guys got my email address. So we'll see. Deb, let me just is it okay if I post that in the chat pane? I feel bad if I just keep talking about the prices. Again, I know you guys don't care, but let me, shoot, I didn't post the link to the rooms. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Deb. That's why you're asking. I didn't have that link in there. Let me send you the link for those in the chat pane, reallifetraining.com. The premium classes, it's $119 for the afternoon room and $179. We all know that's not expensive, right? I hope we all know that. It's really not. My cell phone bill is more than the morning trading room, so that we're all on the same page. Ryan said, so there's no deal on the morning or afternoon room. And my opinion is the 119 is a deal. That's what I'm trying to get at, I guess. So here's the link for that right there. So no, the bundle was $149 a year ago, and the year before that was $99. So those were the deals. This right here is a deal because the price is going to continue to go up. It's like if you want to get in at Bitcoin at 1,000, it's at 3,000 right now. Guys, but yeah, this is actually less than my cell phone bill that I pay every month. I just have Sprint Unlimited for 2 lines and international texting, and it's more than $179 a month. So type it 2 if you spent more than $179 last week at the grocery store. I mean, really. Ben says, I'm not a member yet, but if anyone has not shopped around, Jeremy's not kidding. Most chat rooms are much more expensive. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Go, guys, go shop around. I'm cool with that. I'm going to beat 99.9% of all rooms. You're welcome to go shop around. That's totally fine. And if they do beat me, email me. Let me know. I'll price match. If money is it for you and you're like, dude, I just want to pay this amount of money. All right. price match me. Let's see what we got. So Deb, so I put that in the chat pane, Deb. Let me know if you got that, okay? Marsha said, glad I'm grandmothered in. Oh, you are. Marsha locked in that rate years ago. Years. Ryan says, I spend more of that in gas a month. Dude, that's the thing. You got to think about it, guys. It's all perspective. It's all perspective. How much would you type in a 2 if you're a football fan, like American football? If you're American football, how much would you pay for a weekend to hang out with the Dallas Cowboys? Dallas Cowboys might be a bad example. Sorry. Should I do another team? You guys get what I'm saying, right? If you want to hang out with professionals who do what you do and who love what you love, hop in. Marissa says the afternoon trading room is not for day trading. No, it's mostly 99.9% swing trading. We do cover examples of day trades. If someone has a day trading question, let me know. But it's after the market is closed, right? It's 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern. So it's really hard to day trade when the market's closed. There is a rumor floating around that Real Life Trading is going to have a futures program coming up. So for those people who are interested in futures, that is around the corner. I have seen 6 of the Real Life Trading futures classes. It's happening. It's just a lot of work for the instructor who's building it. A lot of work. And yeah, Ben says real life all day trading. Yeah, baby. I like that phrase. It's nice. What else is going on? Sorry that took so long. If anyone has any questions, let me know. Let's continue to talk some trading. Any other gaps, swing trades, day trades, anything else anyone is looking at or has questions on? Santosh says, so if you take afternoon session, you will still get day trading slacks shared. Yes, that is correct. Can I trade CFDs in UK instead of options? Yes, sir, you can, Ben. In fact, I got a video on CFDs if you're interested. I just learned about those about 2 months ago. I'm going to have more information on CFDs soon for my UK traders and my Australian traders and pretty much my traders who live anywhere else other than America. Let me give you my CFD video. Ben says, is it better than options? I think so, yeah. I think so. Deborah said, during the afternoon, is there time for questions? It's exactly like this, Deborah, in the afternoon. It's the same thing as far as the questions go. So there's a chat pane. You can type in a question, and I answer it. It's the best trading rooms that you guys will ever imagine. Seriously, if you think, hey, I hope Jeremy does that, I probably do it. So you're like, I wonder if Jeremy does X, Y, Z. I probably do X, Y, Z. LC, what's the approximate ETA for the futures trading room? Approximately August. Approximately in August, which is not far from now. So Ben, I posted the CFD. What is a CFD real life trading video in the chat pane, the Zoom chat pane? Cool, my brother, cool. I'm gonna go through this list on the 5-minute chart. I'm gonna see if there's anything worthwhile, and if it's not, I'm gonna take it off the list. And then again, so FOMC stuff comes up in about 20 minutes. So if you're still around, you're still placing some trades, just be careful. Don't get whipsawed in and out. Morgan Stanley, boo. Take that off the list. Express would have gotten real close to stopping us out and then kind of broke down. I just don't think it's going to really do much. I think that's why we're not in that one. Tesla, ladies and gentlemen, could go to 500 by the end of the year. This is a very strong gap. It's a beautiful retest. I'm going to look to buy it as a swing trade, really with any pullback. So Ryan, if we're talking about options here, buy Tesla on a pullback if you get a chance to. Longer term. Ryan says, another thing you didn't mention is the value of your education material, which you offer for free. Yeah, that's a very good point. Again, that's the trading room. The reason I have the trading room, there's a cost. There's obvious reasons to that. But realistically, if I had an open house every single week there is a true fact that we could move the market, right? So if I have 400 people in the trading room taking a trade with me every time I take a trade, we could move the markets, and I want to cut down on that, So that's one thing. And secondly, I want to teach you how to trade before you get into the trading rooms. That's the other thing. So yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, man. I appreciate you bringing that up. I want to trade with you again, Ryan. I miss you. Email me. I didn't sleep at night because you said you were going to email me, and I kept looking for that email, and I lost sleep over it. So Tommy Monet's in the building. What's up, Tommy? Been a while, brother. So take a while at CENX. CENX. All bouncing off a retest of an inverted head and shoulders. I see it. It's ugly too, which is great. You got it, Ryan. No worries, man. I was just joking. Kind of, sorta. I am looking forward to your email. Get feeling better though, man. I agree. Yep. Century aluminum, nice inverted head and shoulders pattern. Steel and aluminum has gotten beat up pretty badly recently anyway. Here's the weekly chart, and we did make a new high on Century aluminum, which is a big deal. So that pullback, Tommy, looks really good, my man. Kinder Morgan had some solid pullbacks recently, and Kinder Morgan, like most energy stocks, has gotten beat up the last 2 or 3 months. Got support resistance right there, old resistance, new support. This is either a flag for us to go lower or a bounce, and I don't know which one it's going to be. Honestly, I have no idea, but I'd like to see Kinder Morgan kind of bounce out of here. And then CSX, the choo-choo train company, is crushing it. Here's CSX on the weekly chart. It's just been really screaming higher. And on the daily chart, had some good bounces recently, a little bit of a bearish pattern right now. I love the bounce off the 50. And I'm kind of looking for that to hopefully happen again. So there's kind of the bounce, 51.35, old support, new resistance. I don't know if it'll pull back down to that price, but the trend is bullish, right? We can look at that and determine that easily. So boom, maybe boom, right? Maybe. If I were trading CSX, that's what I'll be looking for. Yeah. Kevin says UIS. Kevin, UIS. Buy now, 1170 stop. Unisys Corp, 1228. Sell at 1344. Oh, buy now, stop at 1170. I got it. Sorry. Let me pull up the long-term moving averages. This is an IT company, and the good news is it is doing something a little bit different than the broader IT market. We have already broken above Friday's high. The challenge buying right now, Kevin, is you're already out of resistance. I'm not saying we can't go higher, but we failed this price 4 separate times in the past. Are we going to do it again? That part I truly don't know. What I would like to see, if I was going bullish at this price right here, I'd like to see it break above and then pull back, and you'd probably be able to buy at almost the same price it is right now and still have that risk reward, but at that point being able to see if it really broke out or not. Otherwise, if it pulls back down to this support, which is approximately 1140, if you're looking at buying off of support, that would be the place to buy now with the stop down here. And then you got really good risk reward up to where you're looking at. And that would probably be a little bit of a better play on UIS, in my opinion. So kind of one of those two approaches. I agree with you. I like the fact that that stock is doing something different than the broader IT market. I think that's pretty cool. So if you're taking another trade on that, let me know. Jobs to talk about metal. What do you think of FCX? So FCX, a lot of real life traders, we are in some positions on FCX together and have been. Got this July protective put, $11. We're going to look at FCX in the afternoon energy swing trading room. I love the fact that it bounced off the 100 simple. I'm really interested, very interested to see if this is a double bottom on a weekly chart. I think / hope it is. It did close above the neckline and it is retesting. So if you're looking at playing FCX, I like it long down here. It's an uncomfortable place to buy, which usually means, you know, buy low, sell high. It looks good. Fundamentally, as you know, they're probably having some, they're having some issues with the whole Indonesia mine things going on right now, but they used to pay a dividend. They're at a low price. They're pretty volatile. They pay decent covered call premiums. I like it. I think it looks like a good buy. Justin said, I had an alert at 21.25 on US at sound today, but after seeing it bearish retest, I'm waiting for a bullish bounce. All right, beautiful. Marsha, thank you so much for those kind words. That is an incredible, incredible testimony and testament. I'm so happy to know that you and Trader Tom and Ralph are just rocking the world. But let me just read Marsha's comment because she's my mom number 2. She says, hey all, since knowing Jeremy through real life trading, no credit card debt, 401k is heavily funded, purchased a Dodge Challenger, bought my husband a 2017 GMC Denali for his birthday, and currently in the process of either buying or building a home in the St. Croix River in Minnesota. Brad Reed is also to thank for providing the financial and estate planning. Angie Barbosa is always here to help and is one of the kindest people you ever meet. Real life trading, it truly enriches lives, and I'm living proof. You are, Marsha, and you've been doing phenomenal, so keep it up. That's phenomenal. I mean, oh, it's so good, right? It's small steps, right, folks? I'm not going to say, hey, here's a jet ski. Let's go drive, let's go. That was a stupid, I don't know what I was trying to say. Here's a jet ski. Let's go from California to Hawaii. I mean, it's like, okay, if you're going to have a jet ski, let's drive slowly, let's drive around, but it's not going to make that trip. You've got to start small. You've got to build over time. That's all it goes. Guru says, if I open an account for CFD and I want to join real life trading, which floor should I join, morning or afternoon? For you, Guru, with your time zone and everything and kind of your approach to trading, I would say the afternoon room, man. I think the afternoon room. What time is that for you, or is that too late? Because by the time I send out that recording, that would be 7:15 Eastern. So I think it would be, you'd be waking up at that point in time. Oh, it's 2 in the afternoon? No, 5. It's from 5 to 6 New York time. So what time is that for you? That's pretty, you'll probably be just have awoke or about to wake up by the time that goes out. So if you get the afternoon room, it goes out about 7 New York time. And the afternoon room is from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern time. So right now it's 11:20 in India. 11:20. Okay, got it. So 11 hours. 4 hours from now. Yep. So it's going to pretty much come out when you wake up in the morning. So when you go, oh, right, and you wake up, you get out of bed, that trading room video will be in your inbox and ready to rock out for you. I think that'd probably be the best. But again, if you want to do the morning room, that's mostly for day trading. But CFDs, we have another trader, a lot of other traders who trade CFDs, and it's more for a swing trading approach anyway. So, yeah. Deborah said, in the afternoon room, do you set up trades for the next day? Yes, ma'am. That is correct. Melanie said, what would your thoughts be on a covered call in FCX? That's a great question, Melanie. I'm actually waiting right now in FCX. I thought about doing one. I'm going to give this about another week or two to see if this double bottom truly plays out. If we start breaking up, Melanie, and we get above 1250, I'm going to do a covered call when or if FCX hits 1350. I'm going to do a $15 covered call. The low of today, if we start taking out the low of today, sometime tomorrow, Friday, or Monday, I'm going to do a 14 July covered call before earnings. which won't be that much premium, but it'll be some. And then earnings will happen, and I'll sell another one over earnings. Great question. Nuggets, ticker symbol NUGT. Let's go see what Nuggets doing. Chosen said, Jeremy almost always remembers to record the afternoon room. Winky face. Pretty much, yeah, 99.99% of the time you'll get that recording unless something crazy happens. Nugget. So again, we're coming into that FOMC time frame, about 7 minutes away. Up 3.5% right now. Very interesting triangle on Nugget. This company should sponsor me. My Twitter handle, Newsom Nuggets. There's the triangle on NUGT. I don't think it's going to break out yet. It's probably going to take a little bit longer. But when it does, I think it can continue higher. Deborah says, is the average true range, or in the average true range, do you ever look at buying straddles, strangles around, or just after earnings? Sometimes, yes, ma'am, we do. It really depends on the stock and how far the expected move is on earnings. And it also depends on the stock. But for the afternoon room, yes. I mean, that's kind of what I was getting to. But in the afternoon, we talk about straddles and strangles in both rooms. If I look at one in the morning room that I like, I'll bring it up in the afternoon room. But again, the afternoon room is based on requests. A lot of the products are based on requests. So if you said, hey, Jeremy, can you look at a straddle strangle for XYZ stock? Then that's what I will do. So it's all based on requests for the vast majority. So most traders will say, hey, Jeremy, I want to look at Best Buy. What do you think of Best Buy? Steven says, speaking of requests, can you add Under Armour? You got it, bro, Hemoth. So here's Under Armour. By the way, me and Steven Jackson have been trading together for years now. So Under Armour, looking a little double bottomish, but yep, we'll check that one out. Steven said, or Deborah says, thanks. Absolutely, yeah. So again, that's a great question. It's all about what you find folks want to look at. I'm not here to talk about me. I'm here to talk about you. Talking about me would be a very boring day for a very long time. I should say it'd be a very boring discussion for a very short period of time. All right, let me see if anyone in Slack is saying anything. There's Lindemann trying to get famous. Did my book arrive yet? No, it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Not yet. I'm gonna go. I haven't checked the mail yet today either, though. I haven't even been outside. I need to go outside. I need to taste the sunshine. Taste the sunshine. How do I do that? I have no idea. That sounds like a song. I need to taste the sunshine. Here's ticker symbol HD for Home Depot. My buddy Tommy said he's in this trade, and what a great trade to be in, Tommy. So check out this weekly chart on Home Depot. Really, really nice retest gap on this one. White candle gapping up. Here's the retest. There's the bounce. Now, where would you have known the bounce is coming? On a weekly, you wouldn't have. It came in on the daily. So yesterday was a new white soldier candle. And again, I'm not in Home Depot personally, but there are some traders who are. And that's another reason I love trading as a team, because a lot of traders are going to say, hey, Jeremy, I'm in this trade. What do you think about it? I pull it up. And at that point, I'm able to say, oh, cool. This is what I would do. And some other traders will take that information, take that advice, and use that analysis to create their own plan with it. Great one white soldier candle yesterday on Home Depot. Really nice gap today. ZIOP looking bullish for a swing, says my brother Ben. Let me get ZIOP pulled up. Doesn't the morning room go by very quickly? It's almost over in 3 minutes. Zyopharm Oncology. This is a spiky one, man. This can get crazy, but I agree with you. I like it. It did break that trend line. It does have a little bit of a doji. Super rangy. I like that term. Rangy. Nice little morning star reversal. It is out of support. Yeah, it starts making higher highs, higher lows on ZIOP. I'll put you this way. It doesn't, I wouldn't go bearish right now. Wouldn't go bearish. GII has been a good one. It's been a really fun mover. Had some great gaps. I really like this gap. If as soon as GI or G3 apparel can break above that 200 simple moving average, I like it. I mean, it's a solid gap. Really nice. Bullish gap and go, breaking resistance. Here's the weekly chart. And the weekly had a lot of volume, kind of looks like a double bottom. So G3 apparel is getting really close to breaking out, and we're definitely keeping that one on the list. In fact, what I should do is let me go ahead and put that one on the list for next Monday in the afternoon swing trading room. Next Monday is Merchant Monday. So we're going to look at a lot of retail stocks. Avis, says Tommy. Tommy wants to look at Avis. So here's Avis budget. Ticker symbol CAR. Avis had a really good support right here. Some good volume coming in. Yesterday was a nice high wave candle, meaning had a lot of upper and lower shadows. Right now, it's an inside candle at this point in time, but Avis has certainly gotten beat up a lot. Here's a weekly chart. But check out that support that it's at. I like that, Tommy. I'm going to throw that on the list for Transportation Thursday tomorrow, and we'll see what kind of swing trade we can find on Avis and what time frame. But thank you, man. That looks a lot like what you played, Ricky, on Bit Auto, BITA. So BITA was a fun channel for a while. A lot of support came in there. So fun little buying opportunity. All right, folks. Well, there's going to be some Federal Reserve chatter here in the next few seconds. I'm not in any day trades right now. Protect yourself if you are. If you have to exit for a profit, feel free to do so. I'm going to be back from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Energy Wednesday, which I'm also going to record, and I'm also going to send out to everybody. The weekly options newsletter has not triggered yet, at least not for me. So if you've been wondering about Netflix, I want Netflix to pull back a little bit farther before we buy some calls. So it has not triggered yet. If you set it up correctly, you should not be in at the present moment in time, but it still looks pretty decent. If you have any other questions or need anything else, my fine folks, let me know. I'm really excited about a few of you joining the trading room. I really hope you do. I'm not going to say anything crazy like space is limited, anything like that. I'm not going to get salesy. As you know, space is always limited. It's a webinar. We had that problem recently, right? The webinar literally broke because space is limited. So space is limited. Sign up, get in. You guys rock. Until next time, love, life, live, trade it. I'll see you tomorrow in the afternoon. Bye.